Hello and welcome to round 4 of the NxtGen versus MRC versus SimFX versus P1 GT3 League, and we are at Brands Hatch GP. 2.45 miles of awful English asphalt. So tonight, this video in particular is going to cover the 16 lap sprint race. We'll cover the 24 lap feature race in the next video, do them separate because it's just, I won't lie, it's easier. In terms of the grid, so this is the one we did qualifying for. Joanna did just pick me to pole. I was on for a better lap, and then I got a ridiculous penalty for ignoring a yellow flag, so it ruined it completely. I was purple, second sector, I was like 3 tenths up. Also storming lap because I've been burning fuel, and yeah, I got a track cut because someone had obviously parked it at the side of the circuit, and someone were going slow, obviously to let me by, and because I overtook them, anyway. I'm not bitter about it. I'm not bitter about it. Definitely not bitter about it. 100% not. Anyway, yeah. So this is the league sponsored by David Appleby Engineering. It's also got the support of Excite, GT Amiga, and Thrustmaster. It's round 4, race 1. We'll jump straight into it. To be fair, there's not too much to warm me up about. You'll see sort of the grid as we go by. Joanna's on pole, I'm in second. Quite happy with that because the way Brands Hatch sort of works is you've got a banked straight. So if you're on the outside where I am, it's not as bad. So what you'll sort of see is the guys in first, third, 5th, 7th, 9th, and 11th will all sort of, the cars will just start to veer left. Which becomes apparent to cause a bit of, not chaos at the start, but it makes the start eventful. So we'll jump into it. We might recap the start a few times because it is eventful. Obviously no traction control. None of that malarkey allowed. As we wait for the lights to go out. In fact, 1 minute, let me just get you some race info. There we go. I wait for the lights to go out. They do. See what I mean? Everyone gets a bit slidey. Jambu gets a flyer. So does Cutler. Jambu straight into the lead from 4th position. I'm not annoyed at this point. I think I've got a good start. We see Buddy go off. We'll go back and have a look at that in just a second. So we start off Jambu, me, Joanna, Cutler after that great start. Joanna's recovered. Dragon Eagle in 5th. Joshington in 6th. NGR Robinson and NGR E30 in 7th and 8th respectively. Sean F, new driver to us, brand new to the league, is in 9th. He's got Viali behind him for company. Buddy, after that incident, got some suspension damage, and Purzel is in 12th. So let us just jump back and review that. So we will follow Buddy wherever he is. There he is. So Buddy, as you can see, gets sandwiched a little bit. So he's on the outside. Purzel and Dragon Eagle have a little bit of a coming together, and Purzel just rebounded then into Buddy. So Buddy's then sent off into the gravel. You lose tons of time out there, just by the very nature of it. As you see Joshington go for a move on Purzel. Dragon Eagle sends himself wide at Grey Mill. Right, so let's talk about my race then. So this is probably the first track that suits the BMW really well. It's tight, it's twisty, it's not really a power circuit, it's a handling circuit. My BMW suits that. I had a free day this week, so I spent the day tuning pretty much. Just tweak, dead a lap, as we see Joshington just bin it in the background. So I think I got the setup as close to nailed from my talent level as possible. I had a little bit of help from Diablo with that as well, so big congrats to you, Scott. Because I'm in second, I am just saving fuel behind Jambu. So I'm not pushing him. You'll notice I'm not pulling out of the slipstream. I'm staying in the slipstream. I'm changing up early. I had a specific strategy for these 2 races, and I wanted to stick to that. And to be fair, this was helping me. So us top 4 are breaking away a little bit. NGR E30 and Robinson are having a nice little ding-dong battle behind. Sean F holding himself up well. He's quite new to the league. We had him on chat during this as well, so we were chatting to him along the race. Viali was also on chat, so we were talking to each other as we were going around. Dragon Eagle in 9th wasn't enjoying his day because he hadn't really done much practice, but he's recovered quite nicely. He's got his same purple sectors. Perzel, after that incident early on, has picked up a little bit of damage for his trouble. And Joshington then, so yeah, he's languishing at the back right now. I can tell you with all certainty that he was screaming his head off throughout the entire race. So yeah, there we go. That's the race settling in a little bit. I get a little bit of a sideways moment. It is, as much as I've tuned the car, it is still very tricky to put the power down. So you'll see at numerous stages of the race, of this stint, sorry. I'm sort of closing up to Jambu, then I'll pull back and closing up again. It's just because when you get in the dirty air, especially if the Audi, for some reason the Audi chucks off an absolute ton of it. I follow the GTRs all day long, but the Audi's awful. But I'm doing quite well. I think I had the fastest lap in this race, but we'll have a look at that later. I can find out from the live stream. So yeah, here we go. 3 laps in, 16 laps. My sort of strategy from this point of view was to take the softs 8 laps, pit at the end of lap 8, hopefully not need any fuel. Rely a little bit, I guess, on the other cars either burning the tyres more or burning the fuel more, and come out. So pit stop cost me about 10 seconds with tyres. I was hoping that sort of advantage that I had on the softs, because I was running really good pace on the softs. For me, obviously, I think the pro boys were like knocking in 22-second laps 122s consistently, but we're not quite there yet. Pick up a little bit of a penalty for a track cut, fully deserved that one. I think I did took a mighty chunk out of the circuit. Me and Jambu were starting to drop Cutler and Joanna a little bit. Robinson has made a nice little gap to E30. Viali's closed up on E30 quite a lot. Buddy has got past Sean. Sean on his first race literally entered this the day it came out, so he has no time to tune his car, no time to practice. Literally just picked his car and got on track. That was literally little practice this lad had. The livery you see on his car is one I made. I was going to run the GTR, but swapped back to the BMW last minute, so that's a livery I was going to run in this. And I gave it to Sean, put his number on it and let him have it. Perzel still carrying that damage. Joshington still recovering from that earlier incident. And Dragon Eagle not having the best of days. Wasn't enjoying this. So as you see, me and Jambu just lapping around. Like you can see, I'm not putting pressure on the guy. I want him to take his normal line. I don't want him to worry about me too much, despite me being literally on his arse. I have a massive moment coming out of there again. Yeah, I didn't want him to worry about me too much. I didn't want him to lose himself time and thus lose us time to the guys behind me. I think it's probably worth catching up with this when the pit stops happen and when things start to develop in the race. So by the magic of video editing, I bring you later in the race. So you join us as we come towards the end of lap 8. I did miss that one, that was Cutler. Wide, gets it on the grass, and that's you round. Yeah, that's terminal. That's engine damage, mate, my apologies. What I was going to say is, me and Jambu both pit. My tyres are in worse shape than his, but we've both got about the same amount of fuel. I didn't notice it, well I did notice because I saw it flick up on the screen, so I purposely didn't put any more fuel in. But what you'll notice is Jambu does, so Jambu overfuels a little bit. Now what that means he can do is he can push now. He doesn't have to worry too much about fuel saving, whereas I'm going to have to bear that in mind. Joanna assumes the lead of the race at this minute in time. He's doing a really good job considering that he picked up some damage early on and he's losing front aero. So the front of that car's not going to be gripping like it should. We which is important at Brands Hatch because you've got quite a lot of corners. I'm in second, but a net first place. Jambu at this point a couple of seconds behind. Robinson was bringing that up. He's not pitted yet. E30's not pitted. Viali's not pitted, but Viali did a really good job on his tyres. Taking the mediums, sort of pace he was taking was quite an impressive task, to be fair. But he's still carrying that damage. I think he's looking to pit as well. And Cutler has obviously pitted to rectify the damage that he caused. Alright, let's see how this one pans out. So just on the outlap after my pit stop, I think now is just a good time to take you on a lap of Brands Hatch. So it's quite a short circuit, as we mentioned at the start of the video. Very technical, very punishing if you go wrong, so getting a good fast lap in is actually quite a challenge. So braking here between these two boards, try brake down into third, carry the speed, and push as soon as you feel like the car's rotating enough. Braking just for the bridge. I was taking it down to first. I thought it just gave me a better bite out of the corner. As you come down Graham Hill, it's Graham Hill bend, a little tap on the curb, and then you want to run all the way over that one. Use all the curb on the exit, coming up the Cooper straight. Insert is the most difficult corner on the track. Trail brake all the way out, wide exit, hug the apex on the way and feed the power on the way out. Now all the way up through Pilgrim's longest straight. If you get a slipstream down here, you've got a good opportunity to get close, but passing into Hawthorns is a no feat at all. Just try and touch two wheels on the curb. Again, roll the speed out. Coming through Westfield, you can really ride this curb here. It doesn't throw you off circuit. Quite a lot of curb on the runoff. Then into Sheen, the one that was catching everybody out. Just take it nice and steady, to be fair. As you come down to enter clearways, Purple, following Joanna, I'm not really close enough to be getting a toe. So enter the Clark curve, again another one that gets you. This one gets you on the exit. Feed the power in nice and slowly, and again we go through for a lap of Brands Hatch. This is 22.5, that one, so quite a good lap, but nowhere near me qualifying. I think the fastest lap I ever got around here, it was in practice. It was a 21.1, I think. It was a bloody good lap, but I don't think I could replicate it. And so most of the action that would have happened by now in terms of pit stops and stuff has gone on. So as you see me in P1 Sebastian, P1 Forza Lagori, Multi Tutti. Behind me is Jambu, quite a few seconds, but I am pulling a gap as well, so not a big one. I am pulling a couple of tenths a lap at least, so I'm beginning to make a little bit of an escape. Joanna has got that aero fixed now, so can begin his charge back, but he's doing a really good job in third. Robinson is doing a good job in fourth, considering the troubles he had on earlier in the race. Not yet pitted, so he's going to have some awful tyre wear towards the end. Viali maybe in a position to capitalise on that in fifth, given he's on mediums that'll have better lifespan. But he hasn't fixed that damage yet, so he's been carrying suspension damage for 11 laps, and he's still lapping in the 25s, occasionally 24, so he's doing a really good job in that car. That car's very sensitive to suspension and tweaks and stuff as well. So NGR E30, the other BMW, he's got some rear end damage, so he's had someone ram his rear end at some point. Cutler, after that 9 terminal engine damage, is languishing down in 8th at the minute. Definitely someone who had the pace to be doing a much better job here, but as you know, Brands Hatch is a very punishing circuit. Sean F on his debut race with Uslot. Very clean guy, no issues with his racecraft at all. He will pick up speed as he gains experience and track time, so I think he's also racing in the MRC GTTCC as well with Uslot. Don't know what league he's in, but I think he's in League 5. Le Dragon Eagle, the Tifosi's favourite, the Dutch Maestro, 10th. Personally in 11th, no more damage on that car, so I don't know if he's pitted to fix it. There was a 205 lap in there somewhere, so I'm guessing he did. And Joshington has ruined his tyres. They are gone, they are on fire, they literally don't exist anymore. so he'll be having fun in that car. He's still trying to push it like a hot lap, but you can't do that on those tyres, mate. You'll have to just take it steady. Approaching the end of the race now, so we'll stick with this until the end. Jambi's been coming under increasing pressure from Joanna. Now that Joanna's got that damage fixed, Joanna's been on a real push. In fact, doing a 22.4. So Joanna's lunges one up the inside. A little bit of a door bang, but that was 6-1 afterwards in the other, and gets himself ahead of Jambu on the penultimate lap. So Joanna is the man on good form. By this point, had about a 5-6 second lead, so I wasn't worried. I'd actually slowed down a little bit now, and was, as you can see, I'm running mid-23s. So 23.5 last 2 laps. I'm actually increasingly slowing that down just to be extra careful. Good job by Joanna in second. Very good race from him considering the damage that it picked up. Jambo in third. As we hinted at earlier, Viali had taken advantage of Robinson's tyre deg and is up into fourth. Just flick through the grid, see how everyone else is getting on. Buddy's tyres are absolutely bloody ruined. Cutler's on the charge for him. Cutler might try and get him actually. Sean and Purcell involved in a little bit of a battle for ninth, both on destroyed tyres. Joshington pitted with like 1 lap to go as we were coming up to lap. That's the final lap now. As I come on Sheen for the last time in this race, quite a comfortable lead at this stage. I was just consolidating that. I don't expect to be in first too often, so I'm very grateful when it does happen. Up against some real good competitors in this league. This is a very, very, very competitive league. I know it says Pro-Am, and you probably assume by that we're slow drivers. We are most certainly not. There is a pro lobby. It's commentated live by my good friend Dark Smoker. He does live commentary of all the races. There's also loads more different stuff he does, so go and check him out. Links in the description below, of course. Some absolute aliens in that lobby though, so if you want to see how the pros do it, check them out. So, win number 1 for me. It's been a long time coming this season. I'm chuffed to bits with this one. Joanna brings home a well-earned second. Jambu might be disappointed in that, but a third place all the same, still good points. Great race from Viali. Just kept his nose clean basically, and yeah, great result for Viali there. Well-earned fourth, taking them tyres all the way. Robinson comes on to lap Joshington. Robinson's going to fend it off E35th. Cutler's going to bring us home 7th. Buddy's going to bring us home 8th. Purcell got up to 9th, got past Sean. And new driver Sean finishes in the top 10. Considering no tune, no practice, no nothing. Just joined the page. During the race, got on track, kept it quite impressed with that, so he'll get the hang of it. So that's race 1 of round 4 done, Brands Hatch sprint race done. So what we'll do now is we'll take the results of that race, we'll flip them on the head, and we'll go into the feature race, which is 24 laps. I think that's coming up next, and that's going to be mandatory pit stop and mandatory tyre compound change. So we've got to run 2 different compounds during the race. I had a bit of an interesting strategy for that one as well, but I'll discuss that in the next video. Took inspiration from the GT World Tour as to how to surprise people with strategy. Didn't quite pay off, but that's because of my own mess up. I think if I hadn't have made a cock up in the race, then it would have been absolutely fine. Now, as it would have been with a chance of winning that one, but spoiler alert, I don't win. Again, another time to shout out the sponsors for the league. You'll see their logos smashed all over the car in various places. So, numero uno is David Appleby Engineering, the main sponsor for that. Last season's prize was 2 tickets to the British GT. With Garage Access, Dark Smoker and Potter went to that. I went with another team and met up with them there. Thrustmaster, who make racing wheels and pedals and all that jazzmatazz. I'm actually using a Thrustmaster wheel myself, so shout out to you boys. GT Omega, they make sim racing sort of cockpits and all that jazzmatazz. And Excite energy drinks, and what it says on the can quite literally is energy drinks. So that's that. We haven't had any updated standings following this round, but I was joint second coming into it. I think it was me and Robinson, joint second or joint third, one or two. So I think the result from this would have boosted me a little bit. I don't think I'm in with a championship win, but I'm hoping to be in the mix. Just sort of keeping at it with the BMW, I think might well pay off. I suffered early on in the season with the power tracks, but hopefully the next few races should come to me a little bit more, and that's that. So we shall move on to the feature race. That'll be in the next video. I'll probably get a chance to do that over the weekend, so keep checking back for that. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy your racing, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.